Hi, I'm Jenny from The Plot, and this is my allotment. Welcome to my lady garden.
Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. I'm down to...
So today I want to talk about facing challenges at The Plot. We're not going to call them problems. We're going to call them challenges. And strangely, I've literally just broken my tripod, so I'm not going to be able to film anything standing up today. So that's one challenge. But apart from that, I have had some issues here at The Plot recently. So we've had the ants, we've had the flea beetles, there's still the rat issue that I've not dealt with. And I've noticed that when I come across an issue, I very often react or overreact, and then I have to go away and kind of think about it calmly for a little while before I actually do anything about it. So today's the day that I start to deal with some of my problems. It's challenges, some of my challenges. I'm facing the challenges today. So let's start with an easy one. Let's start with the ants. Right, first of all, we're going to have a little poke around and see if they're still there. Yes, they are. My father-in-law, Roger, said the thing to do is just keep disturbing the ground and water it because they don't like getting wet. So that's what I'm going to do. And while I've got the net off, I think I'm just going to thin out my radishes. The next challenge that I have been studiously ignoring for a few days is the brassica bed, the bed of death. I'll show you what they look like. I think there might be a couple that may still have a little bit of life in them, but I mean really there's some of them where, you know, who am I kidding, they're dead, they're dead. Let's have a look. So I'm thinking that one might survive. I think it's got a few new leaves growing. That one, fairly sure that one's dead. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take out the ones that are quite definitely not going to make it, leave a couple that are possibly going to survive, and I'm going to do some re-sowing. I've been reliably informed by Jason and Stella that I can still sow kale, I can still sow year-round cauliflower, and some broccoli might be all right, might do something. So that's what I'm going to do. You might live. I'm pretty sure you're dead. There's no signs of new growth. And this is what we're left with. One possible Brussels sprout. Two of whatever they are. And one over there. So I've got lots of space to sow some new things directly. So I've chosen 5 different things to try and rejuvenate my brassica bed. Kale, I love kale chips. And Linda from the Feel Good Garden sent me these. Siberian kale. So we're going to try that. We've got, I thought I'd try a cabbage. I don't normally go in for cabbages much, but you know, it's just a Savoy. We'll just see if it does anything. It says so April to May, but okay, it's July. Okay. We've got a broccoli, Calabrese. we've got a couple of different cauliflowers. We've got the Romanesco, which does say you can sow April to July, and it is actually the last day of July today, so we're counting that as okay. And this is the all year round cauliflower. I don't think you're supposed to sow it all year round, but what have I got to lose right now? So I reckon we can get a couple of rows in there. I'm going to sow it in rows and then thin out and just see what survives. A couple of rows in there, one in the middle and a couple at the end. At least something will be growing, hopefully. I'm going to sow them pretty thinly because we know how big a brassica gets. Now I'm going to net the bed to try and stop any more flea beetle getting in. But this is my biggest challenge, the rat infested compost. A while ago we tried using a humane rat trap to see if we could catch said rat. However, it seemed to eat the bait whilst still evading capture, and we tried a few times, and I just felt like I was feeding the rats, to be honest. And quite frankly, I don't know what I would have done if we'd actually caught one. I probably would have wanted to have kept it as a pet. And then obviously I was away, so I just have been turning a blind eye to the rat in the compost issue, which is not great because they've probably been breeding. And I've just been slapping everything, you know, weeds, bits of tomato offshoots. I've just been slapping it all in there, and I'm still doing it. In go the dead brassicas. What I really need to do, and it just sounds like such a huge job that I've been putting it off. What I really need to do is rat proof the bench, which is where I turn my compost into, empty it out, rat proof the bottom of it, and then turn my compost into that, and then rat proof the bottom of this. It's a whole deal. So I've decided to take it bit by bit. I'm just going to do it step by step and do a little bit at a time, and eventually I'll get there. So today the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move my lovely pallet bench, the one I sit on, so that it's out of the way, and I'm going to empty the compost bench. I know there are ground sheets in there which have been defecated on by the rats. I'm afraid, I know it's not environmental, but I'm just going to chuck them. I know there's a lot of cardboard in there, again, which has been used for rat nests. I'm just going to chuck it all. I'm going to put it into bin liners, and I'm going to dispose of it. It's all the jobs I really, really don't want to do, but somebody's got to do them, right? So let's get on with it. Step one, move the bench. So this was obviously an entrance that they made, but now there is absolutely nothing of any interest to them, and I can't see any burrows or holes, so I think that's okay. On this side, I mean, this is it. This is all got to go. The spoon that used to be in my bird feeder that the rats stole. I think that's everything out. I'm going to have a little fork, because there's definitely a hole, whether they're still using it or not. It obviously leads from that compost bay down into the pallets, the gap between the big compost and the shed and the greenhouse and everything else. Let me show you. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. There we are. Rat hole. Ugh. Yeah, I'm actually shaking. It's so grim. Let's not leave a job half done though. I'm going to have a little dig over of the ground in that composter. Really mess it up so they don't want to come back. I keep looking at it thinking, this is too big for me, I can't do this, I can't do this. But I know I can. So the plan is, next time, I'm going to empty my shed, I'm going to unscrew it from the compost bench, I'm going to turn the compost bench completely upside down, level the ground, staple rat proofing to the bottom, and then turn it back again. It's not too big. It's not too big. I can do that. I can do that. I was watching Claire at the farmyard garden. I think she was moving lumps of concrete or something, and she was saying, "I'm a strong, independent woman, and I like pink and blue jobs." Yeah, I feel a bit like that right now. But no, we can do this. We can do this. Well, that is it from me for today. I feel quite brave having faced some of my challenges today, some bigger than others, obviously. I'm going to go and cram all those bin bags into my car now, and hopefully I'll be able to fit them in the bins at home. Let me know in the comments how you deal with your challenges at your allotment. Do you get on it straight away? Do you have to go away and think about it? Are you decisive, or are you overreacting emotionally like I do? Let me know. Take care, and I will see you next time. Bye.